How do we do it all as women? Running businesses and homes and babies and spouses and self care. How do we do it all? Well, today I'm diving into 10-minute daily routines for success. These are my daily routines and habits for productivity, self care, wellness, business, all the things that I know you're going to love. And once you implement them, you're going to see how much easier this can be. So let's dive in. This is how I do it all as a wife, as a mother, as a business owner, while also prioritizing self care. Here are my 10-minute daily rituals for success. Let's dive in. Okay, so I'm so excited to share these with you guys because they're easy. When I talk to women, I feel like we need, or like there's this idea that we need these like long, drawn out, like routines and plans and organizing. But if we do that, we're never going to have the health and the self care and the business and the body and all the things that we want to have because it just becomes impossible. So I want to break these things down because a lot of the time in interviews or I get asked, Sandy, how do you do it all? It's because I've incorporated these daily habits into what I'm already doing. So I want to share these with you. Number one is I set my day up the night before. I have talked about this at length because it is so important. You've got to set up the day the night before. So when I set my day up the night before, I am putting out my workout clothes. I'm putting out what I'm wearing for the next day. I'm putting out Jake's school clothes for the next day. I'm putting out my vitamins. I'm like anything that I can think of ahead of time. I want to get ahead because if I can do that, it's one less thing that I need to think of for the next day. So if you can set your day up the night before, I promise you it will not take more than 10 minutes. That whole like set the day up the night before probably is like an 8-minute process between putting out my clothes, putting out Jake's clothes, like running from upstairs to downstairs. My vitamins, I set them up in like one of those, Monday to Sunday containers. So I only do that once a week, the AM and the PM vitamins. We're going to get into that. But when you do this, the whole process is going to take you under 10 minutes. So set the day up the night before, and this is going to make the next day so much easier. My second ritual that I have for you to set your day up for success is hydrate first thing in the morning. I feel like I have like a bunch of concoctions and like drinks that I make for myself in the morning because I know how important it is to get that hydration, especially when I wake up. So my rule of thumb is I have to drink at least 8 ounces of lemon water in the morning. Now, what I've been doing is getting a lemon. If you put it in the microwave for like 30 seconds, it warms it up a little bit. And then you can squeeze that lemon into your cup and just add some water. You can add some ice, however you like it. But I also saw, shout out to Brooke Burke for this little hack. She just fills up a big like blender, puts her lemon in there, blends up the whole thing. And when I do that, it gives me lemon water for like 3 days and I just store it in the refrigerator. So do it how you are going to drink it. There's no wrong way to do it, but you got to hydrate yourself first thing in the morning. And then after I have that first cup of lemon water, I will do my cup of coffee. And then I have my own little concoction for that. I put some MCT oil in there. I put a little cinnamon. So I have my own little, like I said, morning concoction for that. And by the way, I also keep this in my special cup that I'll link in the show notes that keeps my coffee hot because in the morning I'm making breakfast, I'm getting Jake ready for school, I'm trying to get dressed. So it's like, it's a process. And I used to have to heat my coffee up in the microwave for literally like 3-4 times a day. And I said, forget it. So I got this mug that I'm going to link. If you're a teacher, if you're a mom, if you're someone that's just like on the move and you always forget that cup of coffee, like get this cup. It's a game changer. So I will link that below, but please hydrate first thing in the morning. It's going to take you maybe 3 minutes to do this whole process. Get your water, get your lemon water in and start the day off hydrated. Okay, my third ritual that I've just gotten back into that I'm absolutely loving, that is journaling. I am going to link this journal. There's one that's called like the 5-minute journal. I've used that before. There's another one, a new one that I'm going to link that I've been loving. And honestly, it's probably like 5 minutes or less. It just depends on the questions, like the prompts that day. really just like easy to like get in and journal and kind of start the day. I mean, I like to do mine in the morning. You don't have to do it in the morning, but I like to do mine in the morning when I have that time to myself before the kiddos are running around. It's just a really nice time to start my day off, like start my day off on the right foot. So I will link that journal also. I think it was like $10, maybe $15. And yeah, I just really enjoyed getting back into journaling. So I'm going to link that. Again, this is under 10 minutes. All the things that I'm sharing with you today are under 10 minutes and are habits that will set your life up for success. It's not going to happen by accident. We have to be aware of these routines, of these rituals, because you want it to become a habit. You don't want it to be something that you just have to try and remember. For me, most of these things, probably with the exception of journaling, because I've gone on and off of that, I do on a daily basis because it's just part of what I'm doing every single day. So get in the habit of doing this. It will become something that is routine. And then now you're going to form a new habit. So I'm so excited for you to implement these because I know how much has changed my life and really up leveled everything. And I know that this is going to do this for you too. By the way, while you're here, I would love for you to subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you're loving. Let me know what you want to see more of. I love hearing and getting feedback from you. This helps me give you the kind of content that you want to see, that you want to share, that, we need together as a tribe. So I would love for you to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share with a friend. And by the way, leave me a comment below and let me know which new ritual or habit you're going to start implementing in your daily routines. Okay, number 4, and this is probably one of my favorites, but number 4 is to read or to listen to an audiobook while you're driving, while you're doing your hair or your makeup in the morning, every single day, without fail. I either read or listen to an audiobook. Now, my favorite time to listen is when I'm doing my makeup because, like, obviously if I have a blow dryer, I can't listen to something then. But if I'm like styling my hair, doing my makeup, or driving in the car, I always have an audiobook on. So these are my favorite times to kind of fit that in. And usually if I'm doing makeup, that's definitely under 10 minutes. And if I'm driving the car, it's probably over 10 minutes, but fit it in again where you can. And you're going to see, number one, like I've always loved reading. It's one of my favorite things to do. But you're going to see how much more time you actually get back because now you're utilizing your time so much more wisely. And you can now, while you're driving, listen to that audiobook. Like while you're doing your makeup, you're mindlessly putting that on anyway. So why not listen to something that is going to fuel you, is going to fuel into you personally or professionally, and just make better use of that time. So my number 4 is to read or to listen to an audiobook while you're driving, doing your hair or makeup, and getting ready to maximize that time. Okay, now we get into tip number 5. Tip number 5, or ritual that is going to help you day to day and really just amp up that productivity and success, is stretching. Now, one of my goals for this year was to become more flexible, was to stretch more. And I've been doing this after my workouts. That's like really when I have the time to do it. But I've also been doing this before bed when I can. So what I'll do is, it's really no longer than 5 minutes. I'll do anywhere from like a 5 to 10 minute stretch. I feel like that's like the perfect time window for me to do it. So I'll do a 5-minute stretch, either full body, upper body, lower body, just depending on kind of what's sore or tight from my workouts. And it really makes a big difference. So I would really highly suggest that you find like an app or a video that you can follow. I love using the Peloton app because that's something that I like to watch and they walk you through it. And it's just something I've been doing for a few years now. So find one that you like that works for you, but definitely don't forget to stretch because your workouts, you'll be able to lift heavier. You'll be able to have more mobility and just all around, it's really, really good for your body. Okay. The 6th ritual for success that I want to share with you is breath work. Now, I've talked about this before. Gary Brecka actually got me into this. It is so good, you guys. Like, I'm not just talking about when you're overwhelmed or when you're feeling maybe some anxiety. I'm just talking about daily breath work. So many studies have shown that the way that our body and our brain operates, when we have more oxygen and flow to our brain, it actually helps in decision making. It helps with our anxiety. It helps with maybe some anxiousness or nervousness. So breath work is just good for us all around. It keeps us calmer. Like, listen, as a mom, I don't know about you, I will take all of the extra patience that I can get. So breath work is something that has really, really changed my life in the past year. One of the apps that I love to use, it's called Core. It comes with a little, like almost like a little ball or like little device that you hold, and you put your thumbs and you wrap your hands around it, and it tracks like your mindfulness. It tracks your breath. But you can do this anywhere from 2 to 10 minutes. It doesn't have to be long. It's almost just like a recentering. It's like a recenter. It's a reset. And it's just good. Like, do it in the morning. Do it like maybe in between your schedule, your calls. Like a time when I really love to do it is between like work mode and mom mode, when I'm making that transition. But the thing that I love about these tips, you guys, and these rituals, they're 10 minutes or less, meaning it doesn't have to be this long, drawn out process. I'm not asking you to do breath work for like 30 minutes. This is 2 to 10 minutes. Every single one of these, 10 minutes is the max that you can plug these rituals into your daily life to have massive results, massive success. So figure out what works for you. Start with 2 minutes, start with 1 minute, and build up from there. But I'm going to link the Core below. It's something that I got last year for the holidays that I love working with. It just makes me, I feel like, more mindful about where I'm at and what I'm doing. But you could do breath work on your own with no devices and just center yourself with some great apps or breathing. I'm sure you can find these on YouTube as well. But breath work is definitely an exercise that you want to start incorporating. Moving right along, the seventh daily ritual for success that is a non-negotiable in my life are my vitamins. These are the things that like I can't even speak highly enough of like the vitamins that I take and how they optimize my body. So two big things that I want to share with you. Number one, the 10X Health vitamins. I am on a full regimen. I've done a blood panel. I'm on vitamins that are for my body specifically. So this is for sleep. This is for performance. This is for brain health. This is for longevity. Like it's for all around a 360 wellness. Now, the other thing that I want to share with you is what I've been loving lately, which are my Soursop gummies. Now, this is for your wellness. These are antioxidants. This is also, this is proven. They've done studies on this, that it has reduced inflammation, cancer. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but what I'll tell you is, it is a super vitamin. So this is something that we like to take. My kids love to take it. It's almost like a fruit snack for them. They love the gummies. I'm going to link these below because you've got to get these in your daily routine. Your vitamins that you take your blood panel and you see what you need. And then also your Soursop gummies. Look, I feel like there's just certain times throughout the year that everybody gets sick. It's like back to school. Last year, summer, for some reason, we all got sick. There's just like ebbs and flows. You got to boost your immune system. So get your vitamins. Make sure you're taking the right ones, because there's ones that are just filled with a bunch of like fillers and things that are not good for you and that are actually hurting you more than they're helping you. So I'm going to link both Soursop as well as the 10X vitamins below, so you can get your blood panel, you can get on the right vitamins, and you can get healthy and boost your immune system. So every day, it's got to be a non-negotiable that you are taking your vitamins and making sure that you're optimizing your health, because it's so easy. And I literally put all my vitamins in one of those, like, again, Monday through Sunday, little containers. I fill it up once a week, and it takes me probably 10 seconds to take all those vitamins. Non-negotiable. You just got to do it. Okay. So number 7, take your vitamins, get your blood panel done, and make sure you are taking the right vitamins to optimize your brain, your body, and your overall wellness. Number 8, we are diving into your skin care routine. I don't know about you ladies, but there is just something about a good, like, thick, nourishing skincare routine that makes you feel like you're at the spa. So I want to share with you some of the products that I love because they've got to be natural. They can't have the fragrances. They can't have any of the parabens and the phthalates and all these things that like are endocrine hormone disrupting, because like I did a whole episode on that. We want to make sure that we stay away from all of those really, really bad hormone disrupting chemicals, ingredients, and products. So I'm going to link it below. It's called Katya Love. I'm going to link one of my absolute favorites skincare routine regimen. And by the way, it's not long. It's like a maybe 2-3 step process. So it's like a wash, a cleanse, and then like a hydrate and moisturize. And because the way that Natalia Kern formulated this product, it's almost like you're getting a few steps in each product. So you don't need a 10-step skincare routine. This is why I'm saying, ladies, this 10-minute daily ritual for success, every one of these things that I'm telling you is 10 minutes or less. I probably take, I don't know, 5 to 7 minutes with my skincare routine. I clean it off. I make sure I'm like doing all of my steps, but it's probably only 3 steps because I ain't got time to do a long process. My kids are like, are we coming to bed or are we reading stories? Like, what's going on? So this is why I love the Katya Love line so much, because I can do everything in 2 to 3 steps and know that I'm checking all my boxes. My skin feels good. It's refreshed. It's cleaned, or it's prepped to put my makeup on. So I'm going to link it below. I can't say enough about this product, but just check it out. Your skin will thank you. And talking about skin, my number 9 on my list for you is to hydrate. That's right. We are chronically dehydrated, okay? Every single one of us, myself included. You guys know I'm bad at drinking my water. So hydration is such a key step when it comes to everything, our skincare, the way that our makeup sits on our face, how much energy we have. All of that is affected by how hydrated we are. So I want to share 2 things with you. Number 1 is the 10X electrolytes. I'm going to link that below for you. So good. They have the best flavors, and you just put it in your water. I like to put it in one of those shaker bottles. Shake it up, give it a good shake, put it in, I like a little fancier water bottle for on the go. I can take it around with me and just sip on it throughout the day. You've got to hydrate. Again, this whole process to do this takes like 2 minutes. So it's not time consuming. And wherever you go, you just have it with you and you can sip on your water. You've gotta. And I'm telling this to you because I'm also reminding myself, you've got to stay hydrated. It's so important. So stay hydrated. Drink your water, drink your electrolytes, your salt water is what it is, and make sure that you're staying on top of this because it's going to affect everything else that you do. How tired you are, how much you can push in the gym, how well you sleep. Like it literally affects everything. So get yourself hydrated, get these electrolytes, this water, the salt water that you can mix in, and this is going to be a game changer for you and your hydration. And finally, we are at number 10. This is probably my favorite tip of them all. So you guys know, I am a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a business owner, I'm doing all these things. And one of the things that I refuse to go by the wayside or to neglect is that connection time with my family, with my husband, with my kids. Like that is the most important thing to me. So number 10, this is probably, like I said, one of my favorite tips that I want to share with you is that either at dinner or at breakfast, depending on like when the whole family's together. Normally, we always have a family breakfast because everybody's up in the morning. We're just all together versus family dinner. Sometimes it's hit or miss whether or not hubby's home for dinner time. So almost every single morning, as well as also some dinner times, we have these amazing family conversations, this connection time. No TV, no gadgets, none of that. And we sit down and we have these connection cards. And I have a few different versions of them. I'll link some of my favorites below, but you've got to start like, and I again, this is like, I'm talking to myself here. We all have to like take the phones, put them away, whether it's ourselves and our kids, and have more face-to-face connection time. So the reason why I love this so much is because when we're sitting at the dinner table or we're having breakfast together, there's no devices. We are off the phones, we're off the tablets, we're off the TV, and we sit there, and these cards are like prompts for conversation starters. And the really cool thing, you guys, I love this as a mom. I know my moms are all going to appreciate this and love this, is my kids start coming up with their own questions. So a question might be like, if you were principal for the day at your school, like what rules would you put in place if you could pick 3 rules? And then like the kids start coming, like Jake and Jordy start coming up with their own questions to ask us. And it's really, really cool to see like what they come up with, what questions they ask us, and how we can like, and like how well do you know, like, you know, the kids, how well do they know us? Just really fun. And this is why this is my favorite, because it's really like getting that connection time and having that connection time together, even if it's like a 10-minute breakfast, or, you know, you got to get out the door to school, to work, whatever. This is a time to connect with each other. So I love tip number 10 because, again, I'm going to link the cards that we love using below. There's a few different versions, but this is such a great time to utilize family time and conversation and connection. And I truly believe like that never stops. Like the kids will be in high school or college or after. And like we did these games also like at Christmas with my parents and my in-laws, and we'll do it at like family barbecue nights with friends. So it's really, really fun. There's no like age limit to this. It's just a really fun way to connect with the people around you, ask deeper conversations, have a deeper connection, and have a lot of fun. So that is my 10 tip for you. Again, every single one of these habits, rituals, routines is under 10 minutes. So it's something that anybody can do, something that anyone can incorporate into their busy life, no matter if you're running a business, if you're in wife mode, mom mode, work mode, it doesn't matter. These tips are something, or these rituals are something that anybody can do. So I hope you love these. Again, please subscribe to the channel. Leave me a comment below. I want to know which one of these 10 are your favorite, and which one are you most excited about incorporating. Until next time, go out and slay your day.